This episode of Shootin the Shiznit is brought to you by 80stees.com, the leading online retailer of licensed t-shirts. They specialize in retro movie, music, TV shows, video games, comic books, wrestling, and cartoon t-shirts. So how can you help us and also buy cool t-shirts? Well, we want you to go to tinyurl.com/STS80stees. That's right. That's tinyurl.com/STS80stees. Go there. Buy some t-shirts. We get a kickback. They don't cost you no different. Now to the show. Have you listened to episode 46? Who wants to be the best Shizniter ever? That's right. It's the first time that Matthew and the Golden Boy met. They're meeting again in this upcoming episode. Want to listen to episode 46 before? I'm going to give you a clip, but you can always go to stspod.club. That's right, stspod.club, and listen to all the archives. Here's the clip. Question, PWG. Pro Wrestling Gorilla has a gorilla as a logo. I want you to name a promotion, PW what, with the logo and everything. Has to be an animal. 75
like a fictional
seconds.
One or like a real one?
It's up to you. 75 seconds.
Okay. Let's do Pro Wrestling Kangaroo, and actually based in Australia. And it'll talk about the fighting habits of of the kangaroo and how quick and agile they are. And of course, there's going to be a lot of drop kicks and a lot of boxing, things because kangaroos can box. So Pro Wrestling Kangaroo. We're going to bring in everyone, and the mascot's going to be a legitimate kangaroo. It's not going to be just a picture. It's going to be a legit kangaroo, and the champion once a year has to actually have a boxing match with the kangaroo. How about that?
I like it. You still, believe it or not, you still got about 20 seconds.
So then, after if the kangaroo actually wins the boxing match, and then we're going to constantly keep trying to get him a fight with Mayweather. That's the whole gimmick.
Wow!
We actually want to put Mayweather in a match with the kangaroo.
All right, Greg, your time is up.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start the party.
New episode of Shootin the Shiznit. That's right, we're looking at episode 77, live from STS Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. This is the last episode of the year. It's the Who Wants to Be the Best Shizniter Ever Finals, Championship Finals, as Matthew goes against Greg. So, hey guys, here's the deal. I got a bunch of quick little business things I want to get out of the way, and then we're going to get to the episode. If this is the first time you ever listen to Who Wants to Be the Best Shizniter Ever, and you want to vote, hey, send me a DM on Twitter or inbox me on Facebook and tell me who you thought won. Now, we've had a special word contest, and I've kind of forgot what I'm supposed to be doing. So, on the first episode of this month, we did have that special word. On the second episode of this month, what you have to do is Gene says that Neil was booking a show where. All right? You got to tell me where. So, you got to have whatever the special word is on the first episode of the month. Second episode with Gene Jackson, he says where Neil was booking. On the third episode, we actually did give a special word. So there's your 3 words. On episode 76, please tell us, what year did Danny Adams start training to be a wrestler? That's right. What year did Danny Adams start to train to be a wrestler? And what year, on this episode, when I asked TGB about the Santa Claus movie, What year did I say the movie was released? That's your 5 answers. DM them or inbox them on Facebook. You have to get them in by the 31st. That's right. Before the 1st of the month. And we'll announce all the winners then. Announcing the winner of this contest we got coming up will be on January the 1st, 2018. I just want to do a big thank you to all the listeners this year. We'll be posting numbers of how many listeners we had and everything. I'm still going to be tweeting stuff, so follow us at Comic Book Mark BT. Thank you to Gene Jackson, Stacy, who listens to everything Bob McGee, Lance, thank you for all the creative and being just a friend, creative stuff that you've done, and being a friend throughout all this. Some of the craziest things happens when you're doing a podcast. JoJo, the producer over at Creative Control, and he helps over at the Conan's show. Suplex City Limits, guys, thank you. Thank you for the last this year, and thank you for the plugs. Who's Right Podcast, Doug and Anthony. I discovered this podcast mid-year, and it's something I listen to every week. It's non-wrestling, and they crack me up all the time. Randy, Jamie, all the guys over at Cool Kids Wrestling MMA Group, Sean Garmer. Did I say Ed, Jamie, Randy? I think I did. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the show, and hey, we'll see you next year. Hey, I want to welcome everyone to a special edition, and it's Who Wants to Be the Best Shizniter Ever, and it is the championship of 2017. We have the 2 best players of the year, and they're going to be going against each other again. That's right. Let's talk to Matthew and Greg. And Matthew and Greg, I want you to introduce yourselves to the studio audience in case this is the first time they've ever listened to this show. Matthew.
Okay, well, my name is... Oh, sorry. Okay, my name is Matthew Essary. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I am a lifelong wrestling fan, and I'm really looking forward to this opportunity. You know, Greg was the only man to ever beat me at this game. It's haunted me. He's the Frank Shamrock to my Boss Rutan, the Raven to my Tommy Dreamer, the Okada to my Kenny Omega. I tell you, I'm excited to finally avenge that loss tonight. I think I can do this tonight. I think I got his number.
All right, and Greg, tell the studio audience all about yourself.
I'm the Golden Boy Greg Anthony. I've been a professional wrestler for 17 years, but a lifelong wrestling fan. And I guess if I'm all that to Matthew, then I guess he's my drum, because I beat him like a drum last time.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Let's go. Folks, since this is the first time you've ever listened to us, what we do is we have 9 categories, and we'll go. They'll pick at least 5 of those. They'll each be able trying to prove themselves to if they'll tell the best or talk the best shiznit ever. And so what we're going to do first is flip a coin. Matthew, heads or tails?
I think I'm going to go tails, BT.
All right, tails it is, and we're going to get you to pick the first subject of the game.
Okay, well, let's keep it topical. Let's keep it on point with what's going on in the world today. Let's go with Twitter controversy.
All right, Twitter controversy. We had a few Twitter controversies, even one this week, and there will always be some kind of Twitter controversy, but let's make up one. Let's tell us what the next controversy will be on Twitter, and who will it involve? You got 75 seconds.
Well, I tell you what, BT, I think I've got a pretty good idea on what to do. And we're going to do something a little different. You know, it's not going to be a sex scandal. It's not going to be about racism. It's not going to be political. I think the next Twitter scandal should be the fact that, you know, Mick Foley, you know, everyone loves Mick Foley, you know, he's this beloved figure. What if all his recent weight loss, you know, he had this miraculous transformation through DDP yoga. He lost so much weight. He got his health in order. He's back looking good and healthy. It's a real feel-good story. What if that wasn't through DDP yoga? What if it wasn't through hard work? What if it was through vanity and plastic surgery? Wouldn't that be mind-blowing? That the guy who never really cared what he looked like, he didn't care that his teeth were busted out, that half his ear was missing. He always looked shaggy and kind of scraggly. Secretly was super vain. and he paid for all this plastic surgery out of his own pocket so that he could be thin again, so he could get back to being the GM of Raw and being back involved with TV again. Wouldn't that be just the most mind-blowing thing in the world? I mean, think about how unusual and weird that would be, and what a breath of fresh air that would be for a controversy that was just truly bizarre like that didn't involve someone sexually harassing someone else, or someone, saying horrible racist things about someone else, or someone being upset about who the president is. I think it'd be nice to just have a nice controversy based around someone lying about their own vanity. I think that'd be really refreshing, and it'd be totally surprising for it to be a guy like Mick Foley, of all people, who never seemed all that.
All right, time is up. It's your time, Greg Anthony, the Golden Boy. Twitter controversy. We've had a few Twitter controversies in the last week. Now, tell us about the next Twitter controversy. What will it be about, and who will it be about? You have 75 seconds.
Well, I think the next Twitter controversy should be about Twitter itself. I mean, Twitter has been basically unopposed for all these years. Twitter has a little blue birdie. What if the little blue birdie had to go against the Red Rooster? That's right, Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor has decided to finally embrace the Red Rooster character, the character that he loathed so much in the WWF 30 years ago. And what he's done is he's scraped together all this money from all this time working in the offices of WCW and WWE and all the friends that he's made, and he's going to give Twitter a run for its money. So he creates the Red Rooster universe, and he wants everyone to come over there and start, basically, try to put Twitter out of business. And in order to put Twitter out of business, you got to have controversy. So all those guys that have been on fire lately with their Twitter controversies, now they'll have Red Rooster controversies. We'll get Michael Elgin, we'll get Donald Trump, we'll get everybody that's making headways this week, and we'll get them on the Red Rooster universe, because that's what Terry Taylor's trying to do. He's trying to show everybody that, he was a tailor-made man at one point, but now he's finally doing what most of us remember him by, and that's the Red Rooster.
All right.
And he's trying to make it convenient.
Time is up. I could just see the little red rooster instead of the Twitter. God, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Golden Boy's turn. You get to pick the subject. On the board, we still have two truths and a lie. Laffy Taffy, President of the United States, NCIS, Siri, Odd Couple, Santa Claus, and Hamburger.
Well, I'm a huge fan of the West Wing, the drama. So let's go President of the United States.
President of the United States. What wrestler would you vote for if he ran for president, and why? 75 seconds.
And this is completely legitimate. The person that I've actually wanted to run for president for probably about 15 years now is Jesse Ventura. Because you think Donald Trump on Twitter and some of the stuff that he says is controversial? Let's put Jesse Ventura in there. Let's put the body in there. The former governor of Minnesota. The guy's got all the experience in the world. The former governor of Minnesota, former Navy SEAL. Of course, he's got all the conspiracy theories going on. I mean, there ain't no telling what we would find out about our country and our world and everything else if Jesse Ventura was involved. And let's face it, he would just be fun. I mean, how many people he's going to get on there and they're going to try to, on debates, they're going to try to moderate him. He'll blow them out of the water. Just the fact that he's going to show politicians that a wrestler, a living, breathing, fire-breathing wrestler is going to take the White House and show them how it's really done, how you really cut a promo, how you really draw people, and how you make money. That's the main thing right there, making money, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to be in a surplus. We're going to have money where gas prices are going to go down, and everyone's going to have a job because Jesse Ventura is going to make sure of it.
All right.
Jesse Ventura,
75 seconds is up, and Matthew, it's your turn. President of the United States is the subject, and the question is, what wrestler would you vote for if he ran for president, and why? 75 seconds.
Okay, I'm going to be a little bit of a fanboy. I'm going to go for a little bit of a kayfabe answer here, and I'm going to say Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, because I don't think there was ever a wrestler in my memory, in my lifetime, that ever exuded wholesomeness and decency and just general white hat good guyness better than Ricky Steamboat. I mean, was there ever a guy who was more of just a perennial face than the Dragon? I mean, he just exuded wholesomeness. And we really need that in this day and age of the political landscape we have. We need a guy who just seems like a nice guy for once. And I mean, and think about it. I mean, Ric Flair would be his vice president. How great would that be? I mean, we'd have the best of both worlds. We'd have decent, wholesome Ricky Steamboat. You know, there's our voice of reason, and we'd have crazy Ric Flair cutting promos on in the Senate and in the House. You know, acting crazy, and it'd be like Biden and Obama memes, but come to life. That'd be the best thing ever. And just again, we just need to have leaders that we can be proud of and have fun with again in a positive way. And I really think that would be Ricky Steamboat with his vice president, Ric Flair.
All right, the second round is over. Remember, guys, the winner of the championship goes home with a poop pillow. That's right, a Shiznit pillow, and also a T-shirt that says "The Champ is Here," which has it's kind of like a replica T-shirt of the John Cena shirt, but it has the Shizniter Championship belt on it. That's right. We got the third subject, and Matthew, you get to pick the third subject.
Okay, I think I want to go with 2 truths and a lie.
All right, Matthew, 2 truths and a lie. I want you to tell 2 truths and a lie about Alexa Bliss. Go.
I think I'm going to pass.
Oh, yes, that's right. We got to remind the studio audience you can do 1 pass. That doesn't mean he doesn't have to answer the question. That means he's just giving it to Golden Boy to answer it first. So, Golden Boy, he's sending it right to you. That's the only pass of the game. 2 truths and a lie. Tell me 2 truths and a lie about Alexa Bliss. You got 75 seconds.
Well, let's see. 1 truth, Alexa Bliss has a hot ass. I don't think that's very debatable. I think that's pretty much a truth to everybody. I don't think even, a gay guy would dispute the fact that Alexa Bliss has one of the hottest asses in the history of professional wrestling, even much more than my own, unfortunately. Another truth about Alexa Bliss is that she's blonde. She's very, very blonde. She's a little blonde hot ass. And, being a blonde little hot ass, there are many advantages to that, but there's also many disadvantages. Because, when you think about the greatest blondes of all time, you think of Marilyn Monroe, but in wrestling, you think of Ric Flair. So she's already competing against some of the greatest things ever in those 2 things. So those are the 2 truths. The lie about Alexa Bliss is that she is a great wrestler. That's right. Many people have said the fact that she is a great wrestler, and that is, in fact, a lie. Because a great wrestler obviously can go out there with anybody and have a great match. That is the trademark of a great wrestler. Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
All right. Your 75 seconds is up. And, Matthew, you passed this, and it's your turn this time. 2 truths and a lie. Tell me 2 truths and a lie about Alexa Bliss. Go.
Okay, well, I'll start off with the truth. I'll say this right now. She's not a great worker yet, but she's got so much potential and she learns so quickly. When you think about how long she's been in the business, the fact that she's where she's at now and she's so good at what she does, she's an amazingly fast learner. And she's not great now, but truthfully, she's going to be great one day. A second truth, let's face it. She is a very attractive lady, and that's honestly only going to help the WWE's women's division right now because, we need attractive girls who can also wrestle. And that's one thing that the WWF is working really hard to build up. And she's really a good example of that. Because as much as I like Charlotte Flair as a worker, she's kind of hard to look at times. And I hate to be shallow like that, but it's just the truth. But Alexa one day will be better than Charlotte because she has the potential to learn and be better. And that's, I think, is the second truth. Now, as far as the lie about Alexa Bliss, let's see. I think she may have been the main event of the Tokyo Dome once. I think she went in a best 5 out of 6 falls match with Inoki in a quasi shoot fight. It was done under rings rules. Open hand slap.
All right. That's 3 rounds are over, guys. So it's time for a commercial, and we'll be right back with the last 2 rounds, and they also get to plead their case. we have a bunch of new sponsors, but part of an affiliate program, and I want to direct you to tinyurl.com/STSTV store. That's right, tinyurl.com/STSTV STORE. Hit that. You get that link. You go to this store. That's TV store, and we get a kickback. Some cool wrestling stuff, kind of over-the-top stuff. You can get boots. You can get a Ric Flair robe. You can get a classic Stone Cold shirt. There's all kinds of fun stuff. Not only that, they have ugly sweaters. They have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Bruce Lee. Kind of, if you wanted some odd stuff, I love this website. Not only are they helping us, I like the website, so that helps out a lot. Guys, go to that link. If you buy anything, we get a kickback, and it actually helps the podcast. So go to, that's tinyurl/STSTV store. Thank you. And now back to the show. All right, we're back with the finals of Who Wants to Be the Best Shiznitter Ever. Who's going to be crowned Best Shiznitter Ever 2017? And the Golden Boy gets to choose either Laffy Taffy, NCIS, Siri, Odd Couple, Santa Claus, or Hamburger.
I am going to go with Hamburger.
Going with Hamburger. Burger King wants to come out with a new hamburger and name it after a wrestler. Describe the burger. Describe the wrestler and the burger it's named after. Come up with a cool name. Do it. 75 seconds.
Well, that's a very good question. I actually consider myself a burger connoisseur, if you will. And, since we are here in, the Tennessee area, the Memphis area, I think it would be only fitting if we went with, no, not Jerry the King Lawler. That'd be too obvious. I think we should go with the Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert burger. That's right, the Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert burger. It's going to have everything possible on it. It's going to have the jalapenos. It's going to have the ghost peppers. It's going to have all those kind of things on it. Matter of fact, it's going to have so much hot stuff on it that you're going to have to sign a waiver. You're going to have to sign a waiver, and if you don't sign the waiver, they may hit you with a car out in the parking lot like Eddie Gilbert did Jerry King Lawler. So you got to sign the waiver. You're going to eat the burger. It's actually going to be another thing. It's going to be expensive, because Eddie didn't do anything for free. So it's going to be probably $13, $14 just for the burger. If you want the meal, it's going to be closer to $20. So, but the Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert habanero burger will be available at Burger King very soon, and everybody should just bide their time and wait on it, because if you don't sign the waiver, then when you walk outside the door, then you may get hit with the car.
All right. 75 seconds is up. Matthew, it's your turn. Hamburger's the subject. Burger King wants to name a burger after a wrestler. You name it for us. What wrestler and what comes on it? 75 seconds.
Okay, well, I think it would have to be the Braun Strowman, because, think about it, America's getting more and more obsessed with, gigantic amounts of food. So the Braun Strowman would be a fully dressed burger with no less than 5 meat patties, bacon, 3 kinds of cheese, fully dressed. It'd have to come on a reinforced plate that looked like a tiny wrestling ring, with a little bit of Cajun flavoring on top of it. Because is it from the bayou? Is it not? Who knows? But it's just so heavy, it needs a reinforced plate to hold it up. And it's, the toppings are just dripping out of it. But it looks so unappealing. It looks so terrible, but it's just so big. And when you try to taste it, you can't help but admit that it actually tastes pretty good. Just like, you can't help but admit that Braun Strowman is actually a pretty good big man in the ring. So I think that's what we need with that whole concept. We need just a big sloppy burger that you can't help but kind of like. And that's really what Braun Strowman is. And I think that suits him perfectly, because when you get down to it, that's what it is, man. He's kind of a sloppy guy. He's overly large, but he can actually work, and you actually kind of like him. And that's what the Braun Strowman burger would be: a big sloppy burger with everything on it. It's bulky, it's heavy, but it can't help but taste
All
pretty
right,
damn good.
time is up. The 75 seconds is up. This is the last round. The last round, and Matthew gets to pick. So, Matthew, you're going to pick either Laffy Taffy, NCIS, Siri, Odd Couple, or the Santa Claus.
Well, this is going to air close to Christmas time. I'd feel really bad if he didn't choose the Santa Claus. So let's gamble and go with that.
All right, the Santa Claus. As you guys know, the movie The Santa Claus starred Tim Allen. Well, you know what they're going to do? They're going to come out with a new trilogy. There was 3 of those, right? A new trilogy of Santa Claus movies. You pick the WWE guy that's going to play Santa Claus, and you can't pick Mick Foley. 75 seconds and go.
Okay, well, if I remember correctly, and I haven't seen the Santa Claus in years and years, the main actor, Tim Allen, he was a bit of a jerk. So I think when you think jerk and you think actor, you really have to go with The Miz, because think about it. He's already in all those WWF direct-to-video movies. He's got the experience, and he already played to the type of being a self-centered jerk who has a character arc where he becomes Santa Claus, and he realizes it's just plain awesome. He gives out gifts. He puts on the prosthetic outfit and gains weight. It'd be a nice bit of stunt casting, and it give him some built-in pathos for when he goes from being just a self-centered jerk to being the spirit of Christmas. And he could get his Eddie Murphy moment, his big makeup moment where he gets to look different by the end of the film as he puts on the fat suit. He gets to look really jolly. And tell me that wouldn't be interesting to wrestling fans in general to see the Miz push himself in a different kind of role, to be a different kind of actor in that moment, and be someone who's kind of fun and jolly, and have that growth from being a jerk to being a happy character. It would be something really different for him. I mean, even somebody who doesn't like his movies like me, who hates the WWF films, would be curious about what that would be like. So, I mean, yeah, I would want to watch it, or at least I would want to download it.
All right. Time is up. And so it is time for the last question of the last round. Golden Boy Greg Anthony, who is a huge movie buff also. I know both of you guys are. The movie The Santa Claus, which I said I do think that was a trilogy. I may be right. I may be wrong. Was the first one released in 1974. It starred Tim Allen. They're going to start a brand new trilogy here. And you got to pick a WWE guy to be Santa Claus. You can't pick Mick Foley. Tell us who you pick and why. And your 75 seconds starts now.
Well, to me, this is really a no-brainer, because when I look at what WWE guy this could be, there's only one WWE guy, Vince McMahon. I mean, let's face it, how hilarious! I'm sitting here, I'm about to bust a gut just thinking about this. Vince McMahon as the Santa Claus. Can you just imagine? What? I'm the Santa Claus? I mean, he would just be so over the top for such an over the top situation. Get up, Santa! I can't be this. What? And then Shane, of course, is an adult, so he would be his son, but it would be this weird dynamic of what the hell? Maybe Vince is going senile, and he actually thinks he's Santa Claus. Well, what about this too? Remember, you know how Vince is about body issues. Well, imagine this: he gains all that weight. And he turns a fat Santa Claus. You can imagine himself looking in the mirror, trying to figure out what the hell. Well, I did back twice today. What the hell? It'd be constant endless. He may even try to become bulimic because he's gained so much weight. He'd be like, I got a puke. Maybe something like that. It would just be one hilarious line after the other.
All right. 75 seconds is up, and you guys knows. I don't even know how to talk tonight, but here we go. Here's what's going to happen. You got 1 minute, 60 seconds to tell the Shiznit Council out there why you should win the Shiznit Finals, the championship, the belt T-shirt, the poop pillow. Why you should. And, Matthew, you go first. Not 75, but 60 seconds. So there you go. Start, Matthew.
Well, I tell you, BT, I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Main reason that I think I should win, especially in a scenario like this, is because I am the voice of the listener. I'm just a fan. I'm not a wrestler. I've never been an announcer. I've never been a referee. I've never been in a ring. But I love wrestling, man, and I love talking shit about it. I love having a good laugh about it. I love booking angles just for fun, man. I am your listeners. They are me. So that by itself means that they should be in my corner because, you know, I represent them. And in the end, you know, I've done this for them and to try to entertain people and make them laugh and just try to be there and be the voice of the snarky fan for them, to give a voice to all those guys who hate Randy Orton, who think the WWF right now is ridiculous. I've tried to be there for them and just have a good time. And, you know, I've really enjoyed these opportunities, and no matter what happens, you know, I'm glad I was here, and I'm glad I got to square up with Greg and have this moment again, have the chance at a rematch. So whatever happens, you know, I'm good with it. But I still
All
think
right. 60 seconds is up. 60 seconds is up. Now, Golden Boy, it's your time to plead to the Shiznit Council. Why are you going to take home the pillow? Why are you going to wear the shirt around? Why are you going to be the champion of the finals? 60 seconds starts now.
I think I should be the champion because, Matthew just went for the sympathy vote. He just went for the, oh, shucks, I'm just glad to be here kind of thing. And, that's not how we do this on Shooting the Shiznit. We're supposed to go for the jugular. You know what? And you said it yourself. I am a movie buff, right? Well, I've seen a lot of law movies in my day. I've seen a lot of lawyers in the courtroom in the movie setting. And one thing they're about is creating that moment of doubt. If I can just create doubt. Well, here's the doubt. I've already beat Matthew once. So even if he beats me, we're still 1-1. So there would be no champion. So it's only in the best interest of Shooting the Shiznit for me to win and clean sweep and be the champion, because we don't like unresolved issues here on Shooting the Shiznit. No. We like definitive action. We like champions. We like people with gold around their waist and in their name, and that's me, the Golden Boy Greg Anthony.
Guys, I want to thank y'all. This has been a fun run. Hopefully we'll get to return back next year if we can get some contestants. The vote will be in, and we will be announcing on Twitter and Facebook on January the 1st. If you enjoyed this and think you'd like to be a contestant, go ahead and DM me or inbox me there on Facebook. You can also go to stspod.club. You can list all the archives and how we ended up with these two guys in the championship. Thank you, guys. Thank everyone for listening. Remember, we're the best little wrestling podcast in the business. Same bat time, same bat channel, different year. Be there!